All right, I am so happy to be here with the winner of Survivor 44. And if you're wondering if it's a thrill to talk to you, it
It
is Jam
is. I love
Jam.
it. Oh
How
my
are you?
God. I got the Rob Bell.
You got it, Jam Jam. That I mean, I feel like maybe this is what it is now, but you look like $1 million.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Jam, I was just congratulations, first of all, but I was just so impressed with your game this season. And in my estimation, I just feel like that you were one of the greatest all-time social game players of that we've ever seen before. Did you know, as a lifelong fan, that you were going to be so good at this?
Obviously, yes. No, I'm kidding. I knew inside my heart since I was a little kid that I was gonna play the game. And I knew that I could only play how I do live. And every day to me was a surprise. So it's so amazing to being able to play 100% how I am normally. And did I know? I didn't know, but I knew I was not gonna do bad. I knew I was gonna do good. It's
Mm-hmm.
like words are powerful, Rob. Like I only saw myself winning every day.
Yeah. Well, that's how it ended up, but it wasn't just a straight shot from the start of the game to the top. You actually spent quite a bit of time at the bottom of the tribe, especially at the start of the merge. Do you think that that ultimately helped your game to be able to come into the merge, not being seen as one of the big threats?
It definitely not looking like a big threat or not looking like I had connections with people helped me and Caroline and Carson got to where we got. Um, and we understood that because the thing with the three of us and the thing with me is like we were seeing the game of every person because everybody was sharing all the information with us. So we knew where the perception was and how we can use it in our favor. Um, and we did that independently, each of us with different people, and used it against them without them even like understanding, not even like at 7 that we were like still there. I mean, they were talking about it, but they were doing nothing about it.
Okay, Jam Jam, from your perspective, what do you think was the best move you made in the game?
I think my best move or the most important thing that I did that helped me connect with everyone was at the Brandon vote. Heidi felt so guilty for controlling the vote against me. She gave me this amazing piece of information that Danny had an idol when she didn't have to share it with me because she wanted to connect with me. So I had Heidi trusting me, and that was very important. But then Carson and Heidi wanted me to write Brandon's name down, like at the well, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. If you guys want to work with me, I'm gonna vote for Franny and be look pretty at Ratu and say, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything about it. And I told Jamie and Lauren fast, I'm gonna vote for Franny. We
Hmm.
split the votes just in case there's an idol. They go back to Brandon. I was like, but I'm not gonna figure it out because I'm so thankful you saved me from Matt. I'm with you always and forever. I'm gonna put a check mark on Franny's name so you know it was me that voted for Franny, and you guys figure it out how you're gonna split it. They didn't split it. They come back, and I look pretty with Soka, and I look pretty with Ratu.
Yeah.
And they still believed that until like at the end. It was after Jamie left that they were like, "Oh my God, they were really against us."
Yeah.
So,
I also thought you did so well, like the vote before that that you mentioned, where it was you against Matt, that I feel like that you really that could have been a very bad situation for you, and you really set yourself up so well coming out of that.
yes, when I got them, that math thing was important. You're so right because after I survived Josh vote, I survived Josh because Josh had more enemies that I had at that point, right? So when I got votes because Ken didn't want to be the second option, when I got those 3 votes, the first thing I did when I came back in the morning was I sat next to Brandon. I was like, we haven't talked yet. I know you voted for me. I forgive you. This cannot happen again. Like, what do I need to do? Like, I'm by myself here. So I connected with Brandon in such a way that when they got us at the Soka camp, like they split us, the tribes, we had connected. So that was an important part of my game because Brandon knew I was okay with him. Had I not talked to Brandon after the Josh vote, he would be at there and be like, well, Matt is working with me. Yam Yam is the one that I voted, so let's do this again. But I
Yeah.
meant that really, really, really fast.
We saw you over the last couple of votes talking about potentially wanting to vote out Carolyn and ultimately deciding not to do that. Can you just take us through what you were thinking about wanting to vote out Carolyn and how close you came to actually pulling the trigger?
Nobody understood Carolyn like I understood Carolyn in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're not watching confessionals. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I knew there was a lot of a good player in there.
Yeah.
Because I was the only person that was with her from the beginning. And I saw her moves. I saw her when she didn't get what she wanted. I knew what she was like successful at stuff. So nobody saw the Carolyn that I was seeing. And I was so afraid that she was gonna get to the end and do like this Scooby-Doo, like I'm the villain and this is all I did.
Yeah.
So scared that I was telling everyone she's gonna win, she's gonna win, she's gonna win, she's gonna, we're gonna take her out. But Carson didn't want it. I could not have done it with Carson because then I would have been left without Carson on the next boat and the girls would have gotten with Carson to get me out.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea she was not gonna do a good final tribal in terms of what I saw. Like she did good, but the Caroline that I saw playing was not what was explained.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You knew the whole story of Carolyn. She was the only person to get one over on you even this season, early on in the game.
Dude, that was like so intense. Like
Yeah.
I almost died. And then Josh face, like he was so mad at me. I was like, really? Really? I was like, really? Dude, you won. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And that vote he won, but
Okay. Did you have any idea that Carolyn had that idol?
I always knew that if anybody had it, it was her always. Since
Yeah.
Everybody was like asking me, "What do you think?" I was like, "If anybody has it, it's Caroline. If anybody has it, it's Caroline. If anybody has it, it's Caroline." When Caroline goes to me, when I won immunity and I get with Lauren and Jamie, and they're like considering playing with us, but I was like, "This is the moment they are going to. If they are paying attention, this is the moment they need to flip. It's right now
Mm-hmm.
to get one of us out." So Carson was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do, blah blah blah. It is what it is." And I go to Caroline and I say, like, girl, if you have an idol, you need to play it today. She was like, I don't have it. And then she
Yeah.
walks away. And then she comes back and she looked at me like she looked at that first tribal against Helen. And she looked at me in a way that I was like, this girl has the idol. Because she was like, are you sure? Are you sure you're gonna do that? Are you sure? Tell me. And she held my head. I was like, tell me. It was the same face
She had the twinkle in her eye.
when Helen went out. I was like, wait a minute, I know this look, So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so happy she did. I mean, I think it would, obviously knowing now what happened, were probably not needed to be used, but it definitely guaranteed, it was like a little insurance for us
Yeah.
to get it.
We found out late in the game about your superpower that you explained last night, that you would, ask people about their personal lives and you'd be able to tell when they had that twinkle in their eye and when they were lying to you, that then you were able to tell because they didn't have that same sparkle. Was there a time when you used that against somebody?
I used it against people, like, for example, like I knew that when Kane was like being sketchy with me and like the way he would talk to me, like his demeanor would change. I used it to gain information and to gain trust with people in a way to disarm them. Like I would look at Jamie and I would say like, you're thinking on another stuff, right?
Yeah.
She was like, how do you know? I was like, I know, like, what are you thinking? And then people would like open themselves. And it was fun. It's fun, but it's something I do every day. Like I deal with a lot of public and I have to make really fast connections with people to be successful.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's not that I'm evil. It's just that
No, nobody.
I'm
You definitely. I
perceptive.
hope you're
I'm
not getting that
perceptive.
from me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want people to like, yeah, but yeah, I use it. I know it, but
I think it's a thing of beauty. I love to watch people who are good at this game.
yeah. But when you have a hair salon and you have people walking in, and in 5 minutes I have to convince them to spend a lot of money,
Hmm.
it's something that you practice
Yeah.
daily.
Yeah. Okay. How confident did you feel about an Altica final three? Because it did seem like that the jury seemed to really appreciate what Carson was bringing to the table.
Carson was very obvious about what he was doing in terms of he looked powerful, right? Like he looked in a good spot always. But I knew I could say my story in a good way.
Yeah.
I knew, and this is something I talked to Carson about. I was like, the only thing I wish I had done was beating you at the final tribal council.
you, you wanted more. Jam Jam, that part of your story in the beginning of the merge was if you write down Jam Jam's name, you go home. And it seemed like that was going to be your story, but it seems like that ultimately in the end, it feels like that you didn't lean too much on that. Did you decide not to really lean on that part of your storyline in the final tribal council, or did we just not see it?
No,
Yeah.
told them, you guys are there in that order because I wanted you there in that order. And because when after Brandon left and Soka was officially working with Tika, like they gained our trust,
Yes.
or we gained whatever, like they trusted us, they were gonna vote Lauren out. And I tell them right there, I think it needs to be Kane. And they're like, no, but Lauren's more social. She has a beautiful story. And I was like, yeah, but I think Kane is more important to get out now. And I go to Carson to the side and I was like, I need you to help me get Kane out because he voted for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was personal. It was personal. So yeah.
Okay.
But I did talk to them about it and they were very perceptive and yeah, they like that stuff. We're all fans. They liked it.
Yes. Okay. Now, Jam Jam, of course, you are, I know, a lifelong fan of the show. You came out here, you won, you accomplished what you wanted to do. Is this it? Would you go back
Oh my God, I will go back tonight if they take me
tonight?
tonight. Fuck that. We'll do everything.
Yeah. That I know you have a lot going on today. Anything else that you wish we would have gotten to have seen?
I think Jamie's story was so important to me, to my success, um, and to the story as a whole, because Jamie was a really good player. Jamie was very strategic. Jamie was counting the vote. Jamie was playing at another level, which is why the three of us had to be one step in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
She was always there. And the way her story was told was not, in my opinion, in the best light. And because she's super loved, super intelligent, and my connection with her. If you see these clips that
Yeah.
I'm always sitting next to her, and it was an important part of the story, and for people to understand how we got to where we got.
Yeah, she spoke very highly of you in her press last week. So that definitely started to come to light a little bit. Jam Jam, again, congratulations on everything. Really, really great job across the season. And enjoy the success and the victory. And I hope that we can catch up and have a longer chat one of these days. Okay.
Love it. I would love to any
Okay.
day.
All right, Jam Jam. All right. Take care. All right. Bye.